and man, I'm pumped. I'm fired up. I want to share just some really cool things with you guys today. And while you're watching, why don't you say where you're watching from? Where you're watching from today? Um I am in Tuscola, Texas. That's right. Tuscola, Texas. You're like, where in the world is Tuscola, Texas? You know, it is right outside of Abilene, Texas, and it's a little warm here. It's a little different as far as the weather, and it's a little more windy. There's no trees, but it's all good. It's all good, and we're here. And I just want to talk about our journey here. um, so as many of you know, we moved here to Tuscola, Texas 2 weeks ago. And when we got here, it was great. Like we had a great drive. We asked the Lord to protect us on the way, and He did. And it was great. It was wonderful. And then when we landed, like legit got here, man, I got so sick. I got like I don't know what it was. I mean, it's just disgusting. And so we literally got here on a Sunday night, and then Monday I felt like junk. Tuesday I felt like junk, and went, had to find a new a new doctor in a new city. So I went and did that. Found a new doctor, got some meds, got the stuff. My running has just kind of been tough. I'm not sure what's up today. Ended up going 2.5 miles, which was like the longest I've done in a long time, but I did it. So that's really good. And got sick, got all the stuff. And then I flew to Florida to do a wedding for a friend of mine, John. That was, that was awesome. Got to go to Florida. So that was fun. See that sickness stuff? I'm not even sure what that is. What is that going on? Also, would love to know where you're watching from. Where are you watching from right now? Who are you? Where are you watching from? I'm thankful that you are watching. I'm thankful that you're on here. And today, something that I want to share with you, because I think that we all kind of struggle at times in this area, and maybe you don't. But as I am talking to clients, and as I'm meeting with people, especially in my online community that you need to get in, you've got to get in this online community. Let me just talk about the Circle of Hope community. Here's what it is. It is right now there are 15 people strong in this community, and we are sharing encouragements. We are cheering each other on. We have I lead a group coaching call just for that community every single month. I do live check-ins. This group is going to get my new course that is coming out for absolutely free. They're going to get it for free, and I'm excited about that. And man, you can check it out for 7 days free. It's called the Circle of Hope, and it is incredible. And it's been live for a month now, and what we're seeing is the community is growing. People are meeting each other. People are becoming friends, and then we do the group coaching. They're going to get to know each other even more, and it is awesome. And so, how do you get in it, man? I want you to get in right here. Nextstepcoach.org is my website, and then /COH. Check it out. It's free for 7 days, and then it's only $14 after that. $14. Like I talked to someone the other day, like I can't commit to that. You can't commit to $14 whenever you just bought lunch for $14. This is actually something that is going to help you in life. And I'm not saying the Panda Express didn't help you, but I'm just saying this is actually something that you can you can truly look at, and you can truly have it as a benefit, as a subscription that is going to help you. We subscribe to a lot of different things. I mean, we got boxes coming to our house for dogs, right? We've got so many different subscriptions that we have, and this is a subscription that is going to bring you great value. It's gonna help you to find other people who are in a similar place as you. It's gonna even find you other people that could help you where you're at to take you to another place further than you ever thought you could go. It's gonna grow you spiritually and mentally, and man, we get to hang out a lot more. So check it out, Circle of Hope Community. It is a great place for you to get into. So go check it out, nextstepcoach.org/circle of hope, COH. nextstepcoach.org/COH. So let's see what else. Oh, I've been a part of a Bible study here in Abilene, and it has been so cool. It's an all men's Bible study, and they meet at a pizza place here in Abilene. It's called Potter's Pizza. I keep wanting to call it Pinoy's Pizza or something like that. I'm not really sure why, but it's called Potter's Pizza. They meet on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock, and it's just, and it's not like, we're coming in and just like, knee to knee and reading Bibles together, which is totally cool. But what we're doing is, man, somebody speaks each week, and then when they get done, we all break it down. There's probably, I don't know, 40, 50 people, men in the room, and man, we break it down, and it is the most real conversations. It's awesome, and I've been thankful to be a part of it. It's neat, the stories that are coming from that. And my father-in-law, Kent, actually started it, I think 5 years ago. And so it's been fun to get into that community. My wife has found her a CrossFit gym, which is huge. The CrossFit gym is not huge. It's huge that she's found community at the gym. And that's something that's really fun for her, because that's what we're praying for. And you're like, Michael, how can I pray for you right now? Oh, thank you for asking. How can you pray for me? Number one, you pray for my house that it sells. It is still on the market in Texas, and that is a bummer. But that's okay. You can pray that my house sells, and you pray that we continue to find community. And we know that we're going to. So that's how you can pray for me. But today, I want to bring you some great value today with where'd it go? Let's see here. Yeah, right here. So let's see. Yeah. And if you're watching right now on Facebook or Instagram, I would love it if you would come on over to YouTube. It is going to be a better experience for you. Here is the link. If you're on Facebook for YouTube, it's right here. Love to have you over there. So, a few months ago, I ran my first, really not my first marathon, but running a marathon is tough. I don't know if you ever ran a marathon. Let me know you've ran a marathon. You can put it in the comments. But running a marathon, it is no joke. It's 26 miles of running. You just run for 26 miles. And when I was running the marathon earlier this year, man, it really started to hit me around mile 22. Like people are like, mile 19 is going to be the hardest, or mile 15 is going to be the hardest. I'm like, no, mile 22. Okay. Speaking of for Taylor Swift, mile 22 was really tough. Here's what was happening in my body. First, my brain was like, you're an idiot. Why are you doing this? Second thing is I was cramping, like my legs and my feet were cramping. And so when you're running like this and you feel like your feet and legs are about to cramp, you're like, I can't stop. I don't want to stop. I can't stop. And because if you stop, what's going to happen? It's just, here comes the cramps. And so, so I was hurting, I was cramping, and I was like, no. You're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. And why did I feel like I needed to keep going? Because I knew that I had been training for this for a long time. I knew that I had the endurance to do it, but my mind and my body were telling me, no, 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 no. You need to quit. You need to stop. And the same is true with our mental health. The same is true when it comes to our emotions. What happens at times is we're running this life and we're doing this thing, and we may have been through some things in the past, and we've gone through a lot of things, and we think there's moments when, like, man, I'm gonna give up. And your mind tells you, like, yeah, you need to give up. And the enemy tells you, yeah, you need to give up. But here's the truth is, um, you can't give up. Why? Because tomorrow needs you. I want you to say that. Tomorrow needs you. It does need you. Tomorrow needs you. Well, what is that it needs? It needs you, because you deserve another day. And the Lord needs you, and your family needs you, and your friends need you. And so when you're running this race of life and you feel like, man, I don't want to take another step. I don't want to go anymore. I can't I can't even walk. I'm so sad, or I'm upset, or I'm angry, or my kids keep doing this, and all these thoughts keep going in our head, and we just want to, like, throw in the towel. Well, first off, that's normal. It's normal to have these emotions and to have these things. But if tomorrow needs you, how can we take some steps to help us to keep going whenever we don't want to go anymore? Because there was a time in my life when I felt tomorrow doesn't need me, and I'll never forget the moment. I'll never forget that moment when I was like, you know what, tomorrow doesn't need me, and so I don't want to be here any longer. And I was on my floor in my room. Man. And I was on my floor, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here tomorrow. And I took some steps to go ahead and end it. But guess what? That didn't happen. A miracle happened. My son walked in, and it was amazing. 2019. And here's what I know now, when I was at that all-time low, that I know now, today, is that tomorrow needed me. I would have never have guessed in that lowest of low, dark moment, when I felt the world was crashing in on me, that I would now be helping people with their emotional fitness. I would now be helping people on a daily basis, meeting with people and coaching people to get them to an even better place in their life. I would have never guessed that I would be a coach for people who are just feeling really down. And if you need a coach, and if you need to take some steps into your life that you just feel like you can't go anymore, and you need someone to help take those steps with you, man, reach out to me. Send me a message right now. Send me a message right now and say, I need help. And I would love to meet with you and love to help you, because tomorrow needs you. And so we're running this race of life, and we're doing all the things, and we're trying our hardest, and we're doing what we know the best that we can. So here I want to give you 3 steps to help you keep going when you feel like you can't go anymore. The first one, and I want you to write this down, is to embrace your worth. Embrace your worth. You know, Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." So when we are able to embrace our worth and really know that we are worthy of his love, man, it changes a lot. And you're like, Michael, look, I don't know how to do that. I'm not exactly sure what it looks like to embrace who I am, because I don't love myself. I don't like myself. I'm just not into that. And I get that. And there's a lot of stuff out there about self love and all this stuff. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you can realize, number one, that Jesus Christ loves you more than anything else, that is such great. For me, that just tells me, you know what, I'm loved. When you don't feel loved by anybody else, including yourself, when you look at yourself in the mirror, like, man, I'm just a big piece of crap. I don't like myself, and all those negative thoughts come in from the enemy. When you can realize that God loves you, and you can realize that He actually came to earth for you, and He died on a cross for you. When you realize that nothing else is coming for you, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And also, I want you to think about this. You're like, man, Michael, I just don't like who I am. I don't like who I am. And I get that. And I've been there. I've been many times where I'm like, God, I hate myself. I don't like this person. I don't like this version of who I am. Well, I want you to know right now that you are the only you that God ever made. And God made you. When He made you, He broke the mold. You're like, yeah, He sure did. No. That makes you amazing. That makes you beautiful. That makes you outstanding. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. Psalm 139:14. And He made you that way for a reason. So what is that reason? And when you're running this race of life and you feel like you can't take any more steps and you feel like you're stuck, what is the reason that He made you? Well, you're never going to know if you don't keep going. And I'm not saying you got to push down your feelings. I'm saying you need to deal with them. I'm saying maybe you need to reach out to somebody. I'm saying maybe you need to invest and you need to talk to a therapist. You need to talk to a coach. You need to find out what you need to do to better yourself, because you don't know what's around the next lap. If you were to give up today, you don't know, but you will know, because tomorrow needs you. Again, I cannot imagine where I am, where I would be right now. Well, I would have never have guessed that I'm helping people right now with their emotional health. I would have never guessed that when I was in my darkest, deepest, grossest hole. But you know what? I am, and I'm so thankful for it. So the first step is to embrace your worth. The second step is to take small steps forward. So, when I was running that marathon, and, I started out strong, I even started out running with my wife, and I was like, yes, like I was running with her. She did the half marathon and I was feeling good. And I remember saying to her, like, I think I need to slow down a little bit because I've got 26 miles to go. And when everything started to break down, when I was running, I was like, oh gosh, I'm taking really large strides. And so what did I need to do? I need to start taking smaller steps. And I started taking these little like steps. And as I took them, I kept going, versus these massive steps that I felt like I had to take. And so that's so true in our life. It's so true whenever we are, when we are going through things, is we got to take small steps forward. Small steps forward. Those little steps that I was taking in the marathon, we need to take those in our life. What is the next best, smallest step that you can take today? What is that? And write it down. Let me know. I would love to know. Send me a message. What is that small step that you're going to take today for you? Because it can be overwhelming when we look at the big picture of all the things that we have to do in our life. We're like, but here's the thing. Progress is made one step at a time. Psalm 37:23 says this: the Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Psalm 37:23, the Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. So when we're taking these steps, man, take steps. And when you're taking the steps, take steps of gratitude. You're like, man, Mike, I have nothing to be thankful for. Well, when you are thankful, when you start writing things down, when you start to look around and be grateful for where you are, man, praise the Lord. Like right now, I can tell you, like, okay, our house hasn't sold. We haven't found community yet. We're not in a routine. We're just kind of here at our new place, and we're going through the motions. But you know what? I know is that the steps that we took to be here, they are the right steps. And I know that it is going to be amazing. I know it. Just because all the things I can look at, like, oh, it's not that good. It's not that great. Well, it's going to be amazing. Why? Because I trust the Lord in the step that we took to be here. That's a big step. But then these small steps that we're taking, getting out in the community, we're doing things, we're going to church. Well, we haven't been yet. We're going this Sunday. We're gonna take these small steps versus like looking at everything like, oh, it's so overwhelming. There's so many things. No. Bring it in and take these small steps. And so today, what is a small goal? What is something small that you can do today for yourself? What is that small step? And this is something we talk about in the community of hope too. In the Circle of Hope, which is the online community. You need to get in it. I'm telling you, it is so encouraging. People have written down their goals. They have talked about stuff, and we have helped them to hit those goals, those small steps in their life. Zechariah 4:10 says this: do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Let me say that again. Do not despise these small beginnings. Sometimes we want to take these big steps and do this big, crazy, oh man, I'm gonna, okay, great. That's awesome. But what about the small steps? Remember, tomorrow needs you. Tomorrow needs you. And so what are the 3 things that you can do to make sure that you can continue to go because tomorrow needs you? The first thing we talked about, embrace your worth. You are so worthy. You are so worth it. You are so amazing. You got this. The second thing is to take small steps forward. Take small steps forward. And then the third thing is to connect with others. When you realize that tomorrow needs you, or you don't think that tomorrow needs you, what do? Is you isolate, you get alone, you stare at your phone all day, you do things that you probably shouldn't be doing. And so you just kind of stay in the cycle in your own head versus connecting with other people. Man, community is so massive for your growth. And it's so massive for you to realize that tomorrow needs you. You know, for me, when I went to On-Site, which is an amazing place that I went for an inpatient trauma center, and I went and you know what they did? They put me in a community of 20 other people. And at the time I was like, this is awful. I don't want to hang out with you guys. Like, I don't even know you. You're a bunch of psychos. Like, who are you? And I'm in this community of other people. And actually that community was massive to my growth and to my healing. In Hebrews 10:24 says this: let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together. Who is it that you need to meet with? Who are the people in your life that you know you need to reach out to? I encourage you right now, reach out to them. Reach out to them. And maybe let them know, like, man, I'm struggling. I'm hurting. I'm upset. Can you, any advice? Can we go to lunch? Can you pay for it? Can we go have coffee? Can we go on a walk? Like, don't neglect meeting together. When you isolate, you get in your head, and it gets easier to think, you know what, tomorrow doesn't need me, so I'm out. Man, I want to encourage you. Tomorrow needs you. Connect with other people. And how Matthew 18:20 says this: for where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am there with them. I am there with them. And man, I love to be with other people. I love to be in community. I love it so much. And I'm excited to find my new community here in this city because it's going to happen. And so how I'm going to find it? Well, the first thing is I'm going to embrace my worth and realize, you know what? I bring a lot to the table, and it's going to be awesome. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take small steps toward finding that community. And the third thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect with people. I'm going to connect with people. And I'm going to remember that my circle needs to be small. Sometimes we think our circle needs to be big. You know, we think I'm going to meet with all these people. I'm going to have all these Facebook friends. I'm going to do all this stuff. Well, your circle, I'm telling you, when you keep it smaller, it's a lot healthier. Jesus had 12. And that, to me, that's a lot, because really he had 3. He had 12 disciples, but then his closest of close were the 3. Who are the 3 people in your life that you can reach out to right now? I would love to hear from you. And if you feel like you don't have anybody, you have the Lord. And I would love to talk to you. And give me, reach out to me. Send me a message. Let me know, man, I need connection. And also, again, I have this online community, the Circle of Hope, that is a great place for you. nextstepcoach.org/COH. Get in the community. Get in the community. So, man, that's today. That's today. I hope that, man, how are you guys? I would love to hear from you right now. I see you guys watching on YouTube and Facebook. I see Emily on here. So good to see you. Anyways, any questions for me today? Any questions at all while you guys are on here? I would love to answer them. Would love to say hello. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Emily, I appreciate that. She is on Instagram right now. Thank you, Emily. I need to interview Emily. I need to interview you. I need to bring you on, and that'd be good. I like that. Hey, honest thoughts on the red background. I miss my studio at home in Tennessee, but it's red. It is what it is, and you know what? It's going to be okay. But what are your thoughts on the red background? It's red. It's red. When I got a blue shirt. I also have this key. I don't know if I've ever really talked about this key before. So this key, I wear it all the time. And some people have been like, so is that the key? Is that the key to your wife's heart? And I'm like, no, you idiot. I mean, I don't really call him an idiot, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. But this is a key that I got at Onsite. Actually, this isn't the exact key, but and on this key it says the word hope. Pretty awesome. Okay, hope, because you know where my hope is. My hope is in Christ. And on the back of it, it says pay it forward. And what's neat about this key, it's called a giving key. And whenever you meet somebody who you're like, man, that person needs this. And what you do is you give them this key. You take it off and you give it to them. I've given this hope key away to 2 people, and it's pretty awesome. I really love it, and it's just a great reminder of where I was and where I've been and where I am today. So, thank you guys for being on here. This was fun. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you later.